Alright, this is a recording for the members of the community of Pachinko. This is the 1950s, I'm guessing probably 53, 54, maybe a little bit later. It's a Pachinko machine made by Union, one of my recent purchases off of eBay. The play field is a pre-tulip design, as you can see. There is some defects here in the cell, which is going to have to be replaced at some point. But the machine does play somewhat reasonably well, even considering the issues with the play field. What's really neat about this machine, it's kind of innovative for its day. Let me see if I can zoom in on this window here. This is I guess one of the first automated ball shooters. It had a tray that would feed the balls into the machine. They actually travel from this hole straight through the back of the machine, and then they roll down this chute you see through the window and feed a ball into the shooting mechanism. I'm going to go ahead and flip the lever here, and you'll see there goes a ball, and I flip the ball into play, the next one comes down, and so on and so forth. So kind of an innovative design. I think this was one of the early machines that got away from the single ball feeding mechanism. When the balls, when you get a winning ball, the ball that actually triggers the jackpot will come out this hole and feed into your tray. We'll put a few more balls back up in here. So again, we can kind of watch how the mechanism works. So you flick the ball and it loads the next ball in, and so on and so forth. So the front of the machine is pretty straightforward design. Oh, and you can see the jackpots loaded here behind the Union emblem. And then of course a window to see the jackpot ball hopper and how full it is. I'm going to move around to the back because the mechanics back here are what's really interesting. First of all, you have your jackpot ball hopper up here at the top in the window. And then the upper tray feeds into this mechanism, which on many machines we see it going just one way, but on this it feeds it both ways and into the jackpot mechanism, which is very reminiscent of the more modern ones you see on the 60s and 70s machines. It's kind of got the same shape and design. So I'm wondering if this is an earlier model or an earlier innovation of that future design. The payout mechanism is different. When a ball is, when you do get a jackpot and it's received, it does pull this little trigger to the side. Your jackpot will pull this trigger to the side so that this makes a revolution and pays out, I think it was 14 balls. I'll show that in just a moment. I want to kind of move down the machine here just a little bit. When the balls do pay out, they travel down, hitting the bell, going out the tin ramp and into the front tray. Let's see what else is interesting here. We have the jackpot seesaw, which is familiar on a lot of the newer machines. It also has a low ball trigger, so when there aren't any balls in the jackpot chute, this little lever will go up and push down and prevent the seesaw mechanism from working. Moving down here, just kind of show you, I'm going to see if I can zoom in on the back of the tray. When the balls feed in from the tray on the front, they do come in through this area here. I'm going to go ahead and flip the lever so you can see it. Bear with me. Zoom out just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and flick the lever on the front of the machine, and you can see there's a little trap door in there that releases the next ball. In this case we got two because it needs some adjustment. But when you flick that, it releases a ball into the machine, and the next one comes out, and so on and so forth. If you do get two balls into the machine and there's only room for one, the other one will spill into an overflow and then travel back out to the front, so you don't lose that particular ball. And this is weighted with an adjustable weight, which I had to adjust. When I purchased the machine, these two nails were squeezed together to hold this in place, and I think it was just whoever had the machine didn't know the proper adjustment. I am missing one piece here. I haven't figured out where it hooks into, but there's a guide here for some sort of a metal rod that pushes the jackpot payout seesaw back into place. So that is one issue I do have with the machine right now that I haven't figured out how to resolve. It doesn't really look like there's any place for a mechanism of any sort to attach. The only thing I can think of is that maybe there was something right here on this piece of metal that kind of looks like it's sheared off, and it must have fed back around through the back and up into here to reset the jackpot seesaw in where it belonged. When a ball does get into the jackpot tray, I'm going to go ahead and trigger a jackpot here manually. When you do get a ball in, it will go and pay out. And the challenge I have now with this machine is that I think this mechanism that turns inside here has been lubricated over the years, so it's now very sticky. And so what I have to do is, see if I can do this single-handedly here, I have to manually turn this lever as it would turn probably normally, and then it catches again right back in here. So when you do get a jackpot, this mechanism, the jackpot payout, will slide this to the side, as you see here, and then it will release this so that it makes a complete revolution and pays out, counts out the balls that you win for the jackpot. So that is not working right now just because it is very snug and does not want to turn on its own, but my guess is that this is weighted so that it will spin on its own. So really a cool machine. Does need some work. I do need to do some excuse me, some innovations. If anybody has any ideas about this particular mechanism to reset the jackpot seesaw, I would greatly appreciate hearing them. We'll post some pictures on Patchy Talk so that everybody has some pictures to look at and see if they can come up with a way to get that machine to work. So anyway, that's my Union Pachinko machine. I'm going to guess it's probably later 50s because we have a ball feeder mechanism, and also that jackpot payout area is looking similar to the more modern machine. So I'm going to guess this is probably a 56 to 58, somewhere in there. And if anybody has any information to the contrary, I'd greatly appreciate hearing it. And that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.